Hello everyone and welcome back to another match on WWE 2K22. This one is for the SWE Tag Team Championships of the World. We have got your champions Evolution. Oh, this bloody power saving thing does my head in. The champions Evolution making a defense against the number one contenders, Scott and Rick Steiner. Yes, that is Scott Steiner, the Steiner Bros. I know I say this in every single video that we use classic Steiners in, but old Scott Steiner is not, you can't tell me that's the same person. It's like they've just kidnapped him and replaced him with someone that looks absolutely nothing like Scott Steiner. It's crazy. How is that man Scott Steiner? I'll never know. I'll never know. Right, so big opportunity for the Steiner brothers. Of course, they won the Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag Team match only a few days ago, defeating, here we go, Harlem Heat, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, and the team of the Rock and Roll Express. Yeah, I've got memory, people. I got memories. Boot in the face there by Batista on Rick Steiner. Rick fighting back with a knee in the guts. So yeah, they dominated the tag team elimination match, being the last two survivors as well, which actually made things a bit easier for them going into the final few because they were the only team left. But this is a different animal, this one, if you excuse the pun. Batista and Randy Orton, two top single stars. Maybe that's going to be the issue for them, though. I mean, they did have a little bit of a tag team run. I think it was more... Was it Randy Orton and Ric Flair more, I think? But I feel like the Steiner brothers are probably a bit more of a cohesive unit, a bit more better designed to tag team wrestling, and that could be the big advantage the Steiner brothers have here this weekend over Evolution. As Scott Steiner, look at the power. The power! Just launching Randy Orton face first into the mat. Randy now with the strikes across the back and one into the kidney there as well. But Rick Steiner in firm control here. Batista in with that Death Valley driver. Scott using his body weight to flatten Orton. And oh my god, I thought we had brand new tag champions then. That was almost a squash. That was almost an absolute dominant squash here from the Steiner brothers. Right, sorry, drinking me beer at the same time. Evolution now getting some control on this match. Batista now sending Rick Steiner to the outside. And Batista has been busted open, but drops Rick Steiner's spine first across the apron. That is the hardest part of the ring, made from steel framework that builds the strength of the ring. The middle of the ring, of course, is wooden boards, which does have some spring to them, has some bounce, has some cushion, but that apron area is solid steel. Randy Orton now with Scott Steiner up on the shoulder, drops him in the neck breaker. As Batista in with a dragon screw now on Rick Steiner. Big, I think, was that the RKO? I think it was, you know. Oh, it was a variation of the RKO anyway. And that was almost enough to keep the SWE Tag Team Championships around the waist of Evolution. Scott Steiner now in there with a butterfly powerbomb. I'm annoyed the fact that Scott got rid of the Steiner screwdriver. The Steiner screwdriver is one of my favourite moves. Just because it looks incredibly brutal. Randy Orton here trying to escape and goes round to help his partner Batista, who I think was tapping there on the outside, but of course it does not matter. This is a tornado match. First pinfall or submission does get the win. However, that has to take place inside the ring. So, obviously the tap out there by Batista was on the outside, so as much as it's probably embarrassing for him, it won't make any difference. Batista now taking Rick Steiner up in with that Batista bomb. Randy Orton dropping Scott on the outside, and this could be enough to retain the championships. Randy has full control of Scott on the outside, but still not enough. Still not enough. Rick Steiner taking Batista down. But Randy, you almost buggered that one, mate. Really almost buggered that one. Nice takedown there by Rick Steiner. And he's going for the pin. Oh my God, how was that not a free as well? Batista now. Oh, Rick Flair there for a second. Rolled him over in with the strikes. Nice power slam there. Nice elbow as well by Rick Steiner, who is in full control at this point now. And Rick now, oh, he had Batista up high, but Batista able to break free. In for the pin for the 1, 2. Oh, still only a 2 count. Rick Steiner now stalking Batista once again. Scott has full control on the outside over Randy Orton. This could be the opportunity with a big Death Valley driver. Can Rick get the pin for the 1, the 2, and the 3? We've got brand new SWE Tag Team Champions of the World. It is the Steiner Brothers. Oh, I've gone lightheaded now. I've gone lightheaded. That is Rick Steiner's second run as Tag Team Champion now. Of course, his first run was with his son, Bron Breakker. But now the Steiner brothers have their first Tag Team run. This should be an interesting one now. Evolution lose their belts. They've done okay, but Evolution, of course, still... I forgot about the YouTube Championships. I know they're not rated RKO or the YouTube Tag Team Champions. We'll have to have those matches again pretty soon then. But there we go. Massive win for the Steiner brothers. Brand new Tag Team Champions. Right. Let me upgrade the rankings before I go so I don't forget. Steiner. Rick and Scott Steiner move up to a +3 in the Tag Team rankings. Evolution, which I believe I heard somewhere is a mystery, move down to a +5. Batista moves down to a +9 in the rankings. Randy Orton is going to move down to a +2 in the rankings. Scott Steiner is going to move up to a +5 in the rankings. And Rick Steiner is going to move up to a +9 in the rankings. And there we go. We're updated. Brand new champions. One more big championship match to come for you. And that'll be later on today. As Malachi Black will make his first championship defense. And it's not going to be easy as he goes up in a triple threat match against both Vampiro and Ric Flair. Good night.